Jerusalem, a city sacred to three major religions, holds a unique place in human history. It is a city where the past and present coexist, where ancient stones tell stories of faith, conflict, and devotion. For millennia, it has been a site of pilgrimage, conflict, and profound religious experience. Pilgrims from around the world have walked its streets seeking spiritual enlightenment and connection to their faith. At the heart of its sacred character lie the temples of Jerusalem, two monumental structures that served as the physical and spiritual center of ancient Judaism. These temples were not just buildings, they were the epicenter of Jewish life and worship. The temples were not merely houses of worship, but also powerful symbols of God's presence on earth and the covenant between God and the Israelites. They represented a divine promise and a place where heaven and earth met. Their construction, destruction, and the events that transpired within their walls had a profound impact on the course of Jewish history and religious belief. The destruction of the temples marked significant turning points, leading to periods of exile and transformation within the Jewish community. Understanding the temples of Jerusalem requires delving into their historical context, religious significance, and the lasting legacy they have left on both Judaism and the world. Scholars and historians continue to study these structures to uncover more about their role and influence. This essay will explore the history of these two temples, their importance to the Jewish faith, and their enduring impact on history and religious practice. By examining their stories, we gain insight into the resilience and faith of a people who have carried their traditions through centuries of change and challenge. The first temple, also known as Solomon's Temple, marked a pivotal moment in the history of ancient Israel. It was not just a building, but a symbol of unity and faith for the people. Constructed by King Solomon in the 10th century BCE, it was intended to serve as a permanent dwelling place for the Ark of the Covenant. This monumental task was undertaken with great care and reverence, reflecting the deep spiritual significance of the temple. The Ark, containing the stone tablets inscribed with the Ten Commandments, represented God's covenant with his chosen people. These tablets were believed to be the very words of God, etched in stone, guiding the moral and spiritual life of the Israelites. The first temple, built according to divine instructions given to Moses, was a magnificent edifice, richly adorned with gold, silver, and precious stones. Its grandeur was a testament to the devotion and craftsmanship of those who built it, and it stood as a beacon of faith and prosperity. Its construction signified the unification of the Israelite tribes under a single king and the establishment of Jerusalem as the religious and political capital of the kingdom. This unification was a significant achievement, bringing together diverse tribes with a common purpose and identity. The first temple stood for almost 4 centuries, a period of relative peace and prosperity for the Israelites. During this time, the temple was not only a place of worship, but also a center of learning and community life. It became the center of Jewish religious life, where sacrifices were offered, festivals were celebrated, and pilgrims from all over the kingdom came to worship. The temple was a place where the community gathered, shared their faith, and strengthened their bonds with one another and with God. The year 586 BCE marked a catastrophic turning point in Jewish history. The Babylonian Empire under King Nebuchadnezzar II conquered Jerusalem and destroyed the first temple. The Ark of the Covenant, along with countless other treasures, vanished, never to be seen again. The destruction of the first temple and the subsequent exile of the Jewish people to Babylon had a devastating impact on their religious and cultural identity. The loss of their temple, the symbol of God's presence, and their covenant with him shook the very foundations of their faith. During their exile, the Jewish people clung to their traditions, lamenting the destruction of the temple and praying for their return to Jerusalem. The destruction of the first temple became a defining moment in Jewish history, a stark reminder of the consequences of straying from God's laws. After decades of exile in Babylon, a glimmer of hope emerged for the Jewish people. Their longing for their homeland and their sacred temple never waned, even in the face of adversity and displacement. In 539 BCE, the Persian king Cyrus the Great conquered Babylon and allowed the exiled Jews to return to Jerusalem and rebuild their temple. This decree was a monumental turning point, as it not only signified the end of their captivity, but also the beginning of a new chapter in their history. Led by Zerubbabel, a descendant of King David, a group of Jewish exiles returned to their homeland and began the arduous task of reconstruction. The journey back was filled with both hope and uncertainty, but their determination was unwavering. They faced the daunting task of rebuilding not just a physical structure, but also their community and spiritual life. The Second Temple, though more modest in scale and grandeur than its predecessor, was a testament to the resilience of the Jewish people and their unwavering faith. It stood as a symbol of their enduring spirit and their commitment to preserving their religious traditions and cultural identity. Completed in 516 BCE, the Second Temple became the new center of Jewish religious life. It was here that they could once again perform their sacred rituals, celebrate their festivals, and gather as a community to worship and seek guidance. Despite facing numerous challenges and setbacks, including opposition from neighboring peoples and internal conflicts, the Second Temple stood for over 5 centuries. It weathered political upheavals, social changes, and even attempts to desecrate it, yet it remained a focal point of Jewish life and faith. It witnessed the rise and fall of empires, the conquests of Alexander the Great, and the emergence of Roman rule in Judea. Throughout these turbulent times, the Second Temple continued to be a beacon of hope and a symbol of the Jewish people's enduring connection to their land and their God. Under siege, the Second Temple and Roman rule. Roman rule in Judea brought about a period of both prosperity and turmoil. Herod the Great, a Roman-appointed king, undertook a massive expansion and renovation of the Second Temple, transforming it into one of the most magnificent structures in the ancient world. However, Roman rule also brought with it heavy taxation, political oppression, and religious tensions. Jewish resistance to Roman rule grew, fueled by a desire for independence and a belief that God would deliver them from their oppressors. The Second Temple, once a symbol of hope and restoration, became a focal point of conflict between the Romans and the Jews. The stage was set for a confrontation that would have far-reaching consequences. Section 6. A City and Mourning. The destruction of the Second Temple. In 70 CE, after a 4-year siege, Roman legions under the command of Titus, son of Emperor Vespasian, breached the walls of Jerusalem and destroyed the Second Temple. The city was sacked, and thousands of Jews were killed or sold into slavery. The destruction of the Second Temple was a catastrophic event for the Jewish people, marking the end of an era. It led to the dispersal of Jews throughout the Roman Empire and beyond, shaping the course of Jewish history for centuries to come. The loss of their temple, the symbol of their covenant with God and their national identity, left a profound void in Jewish life and religious practice. The destruction of the Second Temple is commemorated annually by Jews worldwide on the fast day of Tisha B'Av, a day of mourning and reflection. Section 7. The spiritual heart of Judaism. Temples as symbols of faith. The temples of Jerusalem were far more than just physical structures. They were the spiritual heart of Judaism. They represented the tangible presence of God on earth and served as a constant reminder of the covenant between God and the Israelites. The temples played a central role in Jewish religious life, hosting daily sacrifices, annual festivals, and pilgrimages from all corners of the Jewish world. The rituals performed within their walls were not merely symbolic, but were believed to have real spiritual power, connecting the Jewish people to their God. The destruction of both temples was therefore a profound theological crisis for Judaism, forcing a re-examination of the nature of God's presence in the world and the future of Jewish religious practice. Section 8. A legacy in stone and spirit, the enduring significance of the temples. Despite their physical destruction, the temples of Jerusalem continue to exert a powerful influence on Judaism and beyond. The Western Wall, a remnant of the retaining wall of the Temple Mount, is the holiest site in Judaism, a place of prayer and pilgrimage for Jews from around the world. The memory of the temples continues to inspire hope for the future, fueling messianic expectations for a time when a third temple will be built, ushering in an era of peace and redemption. The temples of Jerusalem, though long gone, remain potent symbols of faith, destruction, and resilience, reminding us of the enduring power of religious belief. and the enduring connection between a people and their sacred history. Section 9. Conclusion: Jerusalem's sacred history. The temples of Jerusalem stand as testaments to the enduring power of faith and the profound impact of religious belief on human history. Their construction, destruction, and the events that transpired within their walls shaped the course of Judaism and continue to resonate in the present day. The temples serve as a reminder of the fragility of peace, the destructive nature of conflict, and the enduring human search for meaning and connection with the divine. As we reflect on the history of these sacred structures, we are reminded of the importance of tolerance, understanding, and the preservation of cultural heritage for generations to come.
If your quest is knowledge, you have come to the right place. Our content is designed to enlighten and educate. On our channel, we cover a diverse range of topics, each crafted with care and precision. From in-depth analyses to informative tutorials, we provide content that is both enriching and accessible. Our goal is to inform, educate, and inspire our viewers. We invite you to explore our videos, each one offering valuable insights and information. Your engagement is important to us. By subscribing to our channel, liking our videos, and sharing them with your friends, you help us continue to produce high-quality content. Thank you for being a part of our community. Your support enables us to keep bringing you the content you value. Together, we can learn and grow one video at a time. If you're a fan of awesome videos, then you need to hit that subscribe button right now. We've got everything from jaw-dropping moments to laugh-out-loud fun. And guess what? You don't want to miss a single second. So hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to get notified as soon as we drop a new video. Enjoyed this video? Give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. We want to hear from you too. Got questions, suggestions, or just want to say hi? Drop a comment below. We love chatting with you and your feedback means the world to us. Thanks a ton for watching. See you in the next video.